Welcome, PBA LBC League Bowlers. I'm Neil Stremmel, your Director of Rules and Equipment, and today I'm joined by AJ Johnson.
How are you, sir?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
You know, we've been on a variety of trips over the years.
Yeah.
Team USA, and then of course out on the PBA Tour.
Absolutely.
And I know from Team USA and the Lucky Larson and all the PBA stops, like you travel all over, and you've been with Turbo, I know, more than 10 years.
Yeah.
And how does Turbo, I wanted to ask you, like, how does Turbo help you through all those different environments? What do you use of theirs that helps you out?
Sure. Yeah. So, obviously, everybody knows Turbo makes grips and accessories, and they provide everything that once you drill the holes in the ball, that's where they start. And so for me, our hand is what we are most connected to with the bowling ball. So I want to make sure that my fit from bowling ball to bowling ball is exactly the same. It feels the same. Everything feels the way I want it to feel. So I don't really have to worry a whole lot when it comes to tournament to tournament, traveling across the world or across the U.S. We want to have that same feel. So the grips, first and foremost, I've loved their grips ever since. It's one of the main reasons why I signed with them, so many years back, making me feel a little old. But I just like the way that their grips feel. They're a little softer. They're a little more tackier. It really gives a great feel from ball to ball, and I know I'm going to get that same feel every single time I put those grips in. And I'm a habitual bowler. I only use black grips. It's just something I started when I was a young kid. And then then the switch grip is what they're most famous for. Their switch grip. It's one of the easiest things to put in a ball for an interchangeable thumb. I have the same feel in every single ball because of that switch grip. And with that, you can put a variety of different colors in there as well. Again, I'm a habitual bowler per se, so I use a lot of red, but I have started to kind of branch out with bowling balls and kind of match some things up, and they've
matched the colors.
Matched the colors a little bit. There's the one that's got purple in it, and got the purple ball, and the pink. It's got the pink, which is the two new colors that we have now, and they've been a huge hit so far. So I love that. I love that I can kind of customize it in a way to kind of make it your own. And then when it comes to actually like getting stuff on my hand, I use Gamer Grip. It's a company that Turbo partnered with to provide a liquid kind of hand substance that makes your hands a little drier as you rub it in to help with the tape to stick. And because of that, I use the Turbo patch tape. And so with getting it all to stick, it really helps, especially with the amount of games that we bowl throughout the entire year. I want to make sure that nothing is falling off, and I don't have to worry about things happening with my hand. I can just really worry about bowling. And so I use this for my fingers. I pre-cut it. It comes in a big roll, and I just pre-cut it to make it easier, from day to day and whatnot.
You gotta have
When I was back in like 2016 or 17, I believe, with all the games, I was having issues with my finger. Yeah. The creases in my fingers that were tearing, getting like little cuts and stuff, and I wanted to stop that from happening because I didn't want to have to worry about it. And so this patch tape has been a godsend, and I cannot throw a bowling ball without it. I absolutely love it. I get asked about it almost every week. Hey, what's that stuff you put on your fingers? And I'm more than happy to tell people what it is that I use because of that reason.
Gotcha. So yeah, with the interchangeable thumb, game in and game out, ball to ball, stop to stop.
Yeah.
You feel comfortable with that.
Absolutely.
The what's this grip stuff called? What's
Gamer Grip.
Gamer Grip. So now that dries your hand out a little bit.
It provides a
consistent feel.
Yeah, it provides like a little bit of tackiness, but also keeps your hands drier. So that way, like, no matter what climate we're bowling in. So, when we come out here in the East Coast, we know that it gets a little bit more humid. We go to the West Coast, it's a little drier. In the Midwest, whether it's cold or hot, you never know what you're going to get in the Midwest.
Yeah.
I always know that once I put the Gamer Grip on, I'm going to have the same feel and texture of my hands when I put the tape on and stuff, so I don't have to worry.
That's new to me. I've bowled tournaments here, there, and everywhere also. And one thing, I always want my hand to be dry, and I'm always using the hand dryer. But when you go to tournaments and even in a league environment, you change lanes. Sometimes a hand dryer doesn't even work.
You're right.
You know, and
exactly.
that bothers me. That distracts me. I lose my focus, and now my focus is on like my feel and trying to get my hand dry.
Yeah.
So that's new to me, and very interesting. Maybe the league bowlers out there, if you have that same situation I do, like it might be worth a shot. So that's a good information. I appreciate it.
I know a lot of guys have talked about that with some of the guys that have sweaty hands. They like to use it because it takes away that sweatiness, and so when they use the rosin and stuff, it stays on their hands a lot longer, and they don't have to worry about their ball or their thumb slipping out of it because of that reason. It kind of takes that away.
That's obviously very important, especially when you bowl a lot of games. But if you've traveled and now you're bowling national tournament somewhere across the country, and you just don't, all of a sudden you don't have a good feel, everything's different, and like it's a problem. And you spend money to go do this.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's my personal opinion.
We see a bunch of different climates. I mean, just a few years ago, we bowled for a gold medal outside in Dubai, and because I had this, I didn't have to worry about the climate and what we were bowling. And in the environment we're bowling on, I could just focus on bowling. So that was a huge important thing for me in that event. All
right, that's good advice from somebody who's been through it around the world, dealt with all these different situations. I can see the advantage of that, and I appreciate that. I hope the league bowlers out there learn something, and will get with your pro shop, check some of these things out. If it makes sense to you, give it a try. And I hope you continue to support our sport. Thank you very much.